Greetings from Orion. Understand that, as a soul, you have lived many lifetimes, you have been many things, you have stood in many identities. All these have shaped and molded how you related and interacted with the world. And, indeed, now, you are at a point of change, a point of choosing how this interaction with the world from your present identity can expand, can be transformed through letting go of how you identify yourself to be. For beneath the identity, beneath the constructs of your personality mind, beneath the perceptions of the lower ego self, dropping down, dropping within, deep down, there is within you an inner wellspring of love, of peace, of stillness, of divine I Am presence. It rests beneath the confines of your identity, beneath the rules of the lower ego mind that often judge what is you and what is not, what you engage with and interact with in the world around you, and what you do not. So many of these rules have been created out of fear and out of blockage, a fear of not looking cool, a fear of not fitting in, a fear of not pleasing that parent, sister, brother, friend, that fear of not wanting to reveal the true you in all your quirkiness, silliness, and true beauty. Masks, costumes, shrouds, and veils have been placed around the truth of you, an identity carefully curated and crafted for how you reveal yourself to others, for how you engage with the world around. But we say to you now that when you drop out of this identity you have crafted in this lifetime, when you drop out of limiting the perception of who you are to this little box, when you drop inward, there is an infinite space that opens up. Within this space, you receive the potential for perceiving that you are, indeed, connected to all that is, to everyone and everything and everywhere. And so, if you are connected to the all, if you are linked to the divine, if you are one with God, Source, Earth, and Spirit, who are you to confine this absolute into a neat and tidy little box of, I am this. I am not that. I am good. I am not bad. I do these things. I like these foods. I give freely to this person. I do not give freely to that person. Beneath the layers, beneath all this and so much more, there is the remembrance of your unity with infinity. There is the remembrance of the underlying oneness you share with all beings who share the same source, the spark of life force energy at your very core, the force that allows you to be, to breathe, to live, to exist. It is the same force in all. And so, when you let this underlying divine life force lead, it leads you into a newfound experience of joy and connection. The barriers of loneliness and separation fall away, for they are rooted in illusion and they are crafted from the walls built by the lower identity and ego self. But these walls are, indeed, illusion to the one source spark. The divine light you carry within you is present within all. Yes, it is buried deeper down in some than in others. Yes, there are those who have more access to this divine spark and light. Yes, there are those who are shrouded in their own identities, their own boxes, the rules and restrictions for how they can relate to others and themselves in this life. But we invite you to drop beneath the layers of identity, the perceptions of your lower mind. Tune into your vastness, tune into your vast light and brilliance and truth within which a space of stillness opens up for you, a space of benevolence, a frequency of incredible love as you drop beneath the confines of your mind that block you off from the infinite. And so, you become effortlessly enabled to drop into it, to drop into infinity, into the place of stillness within where infinite possibility resides, into the space of stillness within where the lower ego mind can be set free. Your mind, indeed, has a role to play. It, too, is a slave to lower programming. But when this programming is broken through re-establishing your link with the Absolute, with higher divine intelligence and knowledge, and you let this light and life force rise up to the surface to infuse your mind and identity with this newness of connection, this brilliance of source light, your mind is able to grow, your mind is able to evolve, your mind is able to open. I am that I am. Your mind, indeed, is able to become an empowering force for your continued transformation, for your relaxing and opening to higher divine states of knowingness, peace, and presence. But there is a training process involved for the mind. It begins by getting clear, by dropping down, by turning away from the mind that says, follow the status quo. Don't change. Drop beneath that. Go within. You are here as a soul. You have been many things, yet you are here to transform. You are here to return to your connection with the infinite in this life as a physical being, as a being who has an identity, has a lower ego mind, has a personality self. When you bring these aspects of yourself into the light of truth, into the peace and brilliance of inner divine connection, then they, too, can remember all that you are, all that you have been, all that is now available for you to become. You are able to set yourself free from the limited box of perception by continuing to drop down, drop in. Find those seconds of still mind. Find those moments of pristine clarity. Find those spaces of peace and stillness within. When you enter into the inner stillness, it has a way of expanding around you to open you up to the infinite source light field, the infinite possibility for your life. This will begin to recharge your joy, to recharge your enthusiasm, to reconnect you with intuition, inspiration, enthusiasm for living, for being here now, for being in the physical. So much of what drains you, of what is heavy, of what is challenging, of what is a struggle comes from the lower mind holding on. But when you let go and drop in and allow yourself to observe and experience the beautiful divine symphony happening around, the ranges of emotion that flow through you, the ranges of experience you encounter, the ranges of beauty you are able to perceive in everything, in every experience, every moment, every person, every blockage, every limitation. There is magnificent beauty and interconnection when you observe it from deep down, not from the vantage of ego, which immediately judges, this is good, this is bad. Ego causes you to categorize, label, divide, and contract. Drop beneath that, deep down, into your heart, into your core. Enter into the inner space that opens up around you, that dissolves barriers, that melts away the illusions crafted by lower mind. Just for a moment, feel the underlying interconnection, the underlying truth, the underlying brilliance of divine life force energy flowing throughout all beings. When you rekindle this divine light spark within you, when you allow the life force to circulate through your being, when you recognize that impulse from lower forces and lower mind to perpetuate a pattern that does not serve, and you drop beneath it into stillness, into love, into truth, you claim your power to positively transform your own being. This creates ripples and waves of the most benevolent, positive energy force throughout creation. You show the way for dropping down beneath ego, beneath the surface to reconnect with your core of bliss, of light, of peace, of truth. And yes, this opens up an ecstatic state of being, of radiant joy and bliss and fulfillment for the sheer miracle of being alive on the earth plane intact with your highest spiritual light and power. No longer need you be separated from the forces of spirit and radiant love. Let life force flow through you. Let spiritual knowingness be reintegrated into your daily experience, bringing your spirituality into everyday life, not only when you're meditating, but with all whom you encounter in every situation. This is your spiritual journey. This is your spiritual path of remembering. You are not only the lower ego self. You are not an accumulation of your past challenges and successes. You are a divine light being in physical form. And when you drop down into remembrance of this, you empower this to rise to the surface of your life more and more, which can rewrite the script that is unfolding, which can write in incredible blessings of peace, and love, and connection through simply allowing the divine light and life force to flow, to circulate, to lead. We love you. We bless you. And so, it is.